Well, finally, something like a breakthrough in those negotiations to extend a treaty between Israel and Hamas that has so far lasted for 6 weeks. The first phase of that treaty is supposed to end tomorrow on March 1st, and so far there had been very little sign that there was any effort to negotiate moving from phase 1 of the treaty to phase 2. Now, phase 2 would ultimately entail a more permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip between Israel and Hamas, and potentially the full withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip. Now we're hearing from the Israeli government that they've sent a delegation to Cairo, where they're meeting with officials from the United States and Qatar and Egypt, trying to not move from phase 1 to phase 2, but to extend that first phase of the treaty. That would see more of the Israeli hostages currently held in the Gaza Strip released, and more, presumably, Palestinians released from Israeli jails. Now, the fact that we haven't gone from phase 1, or there's no real negotiations to go from phase 1 to phase 2, that's because the issues brought up in phase 2 are very, very difficult and fraught. It would mean essentially the end of Israel's effort to destroy Hamas completely, which Benjamin Netanyahu has stated is one of his main priorities in executing the war in the Gaza Strip, and he faces substantial pressure from his right-wing cabinet not to end the fighting in the Gaza Strip. It's unclear whether or not these negotiations will succeed in even extending this treaty. We've heard from the Israelis that they do reserve the right to go back into the Gaza Strip and finish their fight with Hamas. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Tel Aviv.